Hi, dear friends. This is Vinney Chopra. You see my posts now. By the way, podcast every other day. Oh my gosh. I hope you don't get fed up or anything. Please, those of you who are liking, subscribing, and giving 5-star reviews, please give also written reviews if you don't mind on iTunes, because that brings it up higher and higher. We are reaching almost 300,000 download, which is quite unheard of. I was thinking, I just tried to do this syndication made easy as just fun project. And I'm so privileged to have Yosef Lee with me today. Yosef, how are you, brother?
I am very well. Thank you very much for having me, Vinney. I am very excited to be here with your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And we spent a little bit time, last year when we were in Orlando. I was so impressed, your successes and everything. I said, let's get Yosef on the, show and let's hang out together. But let me introduce, Yosef is very well known, by the way. Many of you have heard him, and he's very, magnet on the social media, everything. But I want to introduce him right now. And he's a believer. He's a great believer. I love that word, father, a South Korean immigrant, like I'm from India originally, and a lawyer and multifamily apartment syndicator and investor, people connector. Status-quo hater. And then, of course, the strategic planner, action taker, entrepreneur, and wannabe. I love that. I have a vision to achieve freedom and control TPO, time, place, occurrence. We're going to dig into all these great things that Yosef is going to take out all from his brain and habits and everything. Why
can't wait
so quickly? I'm so happy to have you, brother. And he started his journey for investing in cash flowing multifamily as a tool to create passive income and streams and into achieve generational wealth. And along this journey, he would also like to tell us a lot more about it, So welcome, really, Yosef. So
thank you for that warm welcoming.
Humble beginnings. When did you come? How did you come? And how were you in the high school? I want to take you back there at the junior high level, because some people asked me also back in India how I was. So please, all yours.
Sure. Thank you very much for the warm welcoming. So a little bit of further of my background is I was a month shy of 18 years old when I landed in the US. So when that came with the huge cultural excitement, of course, and then also challenges, right? The lifestyle was different, language is different. Now new people that I just need to make new friends. So ever since I came, my life has been all about just proving myself in a new country, like just trying to get a better version of myself every day, as much as possible. And I achieved some goals. And also, of course, I made many mistakes, but I paid the price and I just got up and moved on and learned the lessons, right? And a month after I came to the US, following the high school, it's just new life, new relatives, because I never seen my relatives on my memory, but it was my first time seeing my cousins and my aunts and my uncles. I saw them in the pictures, but it was my first time just looking at in person. It was so great. But soon I realized it's just myself. I had to get up myself and then just do whatever it takes to live in a new country. So I went through a lot of part-time jobs throughout the college. I went to college, a lot of part-time jobs, like at least 10 different jobs while I was going to college. And, the typical path, I just thought about becoming a professional.
McDonald's and all, or what kind of jobs were those?
The jobs, like, it's kind of odd jobs. I was working for fish market. I was working for a restaurant. I was working for a jewel store, clothing stores. I worked for a bar. Learned a little bit of how to make some cocktails and things like that. And night jobs and odd jobs and just trying to make to make my ends meet, right?
Sure.
And then finally went to law school, and the law school life was really tough because I also worked full time as I was going to law school. So I went to school at night because back then I got married early. I still had a family, so I had a family to support. I had to work full time and then go to school at night. So 3 years went by. I graduated. I became an attorney, and thereafter, I thought I'm gonna be a nice, cool, attorney making a lot of money. But the reality was like that. Fast forward 2018, I was still hustling, working hours and hours, was nowhere close to financially free. I mean, I made some monies, don't get me wrong. It's a good money, but the living expenses and paying the bills in New York City, it's just it was not gonna make it through. So one day I grabbed a book and I read it through.
Purple book?
It was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
The purple book we call, right?
Yes, the purple book. Yes. I had the book for about 10 years before. I just put it in a shelf. It was given from my uncle, and I never read it. But this time, for some reason, I just read it cover to cover, and then it was just that aha moment. It just hit me so hard. Wow, this is very simple yet so powerful, and then it just changed my mindset upside down. Okay, I just can't be just W-2 continuously. I gotta create some sort of passive income stream. Gotta become a business owner. Gotta become an investor. So that's when I opened my eyes and started looking into investor side. And I tried a little bit of REITs, stocks, things like that, but nothing really thrilled me. But when I landed on real estate, more so multifamily, all the benefits, it just no brainer not to do. So throughout 2019, I went to Bigger Pockets, started listening to the podcast, listening to the YouTube videos, and then I set my goal. Okay, I want to do multifamily. I'm not going to go single or duplex. I'm going to go multifamily straight.
Yes.
And then study self-education, but soon realized I was not really taking any actions. It was just passively absorbing the information, like analysis paralysis. So I decided to take actions following year 2020, early 2020, by joining a real estate group and mastermind. So that's when I joined Jake and Gino. Soon I joined MIH Mastermind with the goal of closing my first in 2020, which happened in December 2020. That was 44-unit apartment in Lawrence, Kansas.
Awesome.
And then thereafter, it's just happened so fast, snowball. And March 2021, we did second. And then I joined Marco's team. April, May, June, August, and September, we did 64, 36, 72, 130, 151. All syndications. I joined as a GP. So that's in a nutshell my real estate journey, which is kind of crazy. And I just rolled the coaster.
Fantastic. So, let me ask you, what would you tell somebody new? All right. The mind shift happened, right? You said, my gosh, it's not, the wealth building is not going to come with W-2 job, like you said. So overnight shift and how it changed your thinking and your habits, because action, you mentioned right now, right? You took action. See, I find a lot of students in my academy or the investors I know, it takes them time to really switch it. It takes, not instantaneously, it's a slow process.
Yes, definitely. Well, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of limiting beliefs in the beginning. I had limiting beliefs like, oh, no way I could invest out of my backyard. How can I trust others? You need lots of money to start, or I should start small, like single duplex before going to multifamily. Education is cost. Something like that. Like, I think first thing first is to crush these limiting beliefs, because a lot of times within this limiting beliefs, within your comfort zone, nothing happens because we are just prone to, we don't want to go out of our comfort zone, right? And then within our comfort zone, nothing happens. We stay as is. So first thing, you got to realize what limiting beliefs you have and then try to crush that. But how do you crush these limiting beliefs is the key. You got to first educate yourself with the right strategy and not listening to other naysayers, right? A lot of people will say, you're not going to be able to do that. No, that's not right. Oh, a lot of things are free. Why do you go to talk to these mentors, right?
Yeah.
So education is number one key to overcome that fear and limiting beliefs. And then secondly, I'll say surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yeah.
Because get rid of the people for a while at least. I mean, sometimes it's a friend, sometimes family, so you really can't do anything with that. But for a while, just be away from them and then just surround yourself with like-minded, high motivated, inspiring people. Mm-hmm. Just connect to all the mentors and these investors, and then just be inspired, because that helps you motivated and become better, right?
So true.
And then lastly, just take actions. You gotta do something, otherwise nothing happens. Mm-hmm. Just grind persistently every day, trying to find what kind of value you can add and actually do it, and actually add value to the team and your potential partners, and continue to network. That's I think how you should formulate your strategy as you start your journey.
So the GP partners, let me take you that route. So how did you decide who is a good partner for you? You're a general partner on the loans and everything. So how did you come across, and what were you looking for in a GP partner?
So first thing I did was, in the beginning, I think I was doing it wrong. I was trying to just get to know and just trying to get connected to everybody, right? Without really having any strategy or without really having any criteria.
Yeah.
And then it was not really working out. So at one point I sat down, I pulled out a paper, I started writing down, okay, what are my niches? What kind of value can I add? Yeah. And what kind of value do I need to form a good team, right?
Yes.
So you got to do, I always suggest to whoever starts this journey, I always suggest to do this exercise. Like, who are you, and reflect yourself and what kind of value you can add. So I see about 7 or 8 different roles in a good syndication or apartment investing team. You need a boots on the ground, you need capital raiser, you need underwriter, you need somebody at least who has done a deal before, so that you can add experience level. And also KP for net worth, and investor relationship person, marketing person, or lender, and like a deal sourcer from the lender or broker, seller direct, right? So you have this 7, 8 roles, well balanced in a team. Doesn't have to be 7 or 8 partners, right?
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
Right. 2 to 4. 3. They could divvy up the roles. Mm-hmm. But before you do that, you got to find out what you like to do out of that 7 or 8 roles, and what you're going to be the best at. And then you got to find whoever the potential partner who's going to complement that skill set with you, because you don't want 2 Vinnies in the same team.
No.
Right. And it's not going to work out. Yeah. So you got to find somebody who can add other value. And then what do? You just focus on what you can do the best, and then you rely on your partners for the other roles, so that as a team, entirely, you maximize the efficiency.
I totally agree, because it's not a solo sport. I say that always, right? And like at the peak, I had 135 team members full time, in my vertical integration of the managing and everything. Wow. We had 30 some, assets, right? Yes. So you're right. It's a team effort, but you've got to complement each other on the top, and then have the vision with other parts of the business, so that people can do the best of their, ability, take care of the accountability, then shifts right into those roles. Yeah.
100%.
But tell me more about investor relations then. How did you start raising money? How did you get started with a deck or a credibility kit, or, because you had 0 experience, right?
Yes. So I'm from New York, and my friends and family who are in New York, when it comes to real estate investing, all they think about is buying a house or duplex and sit on it for a couple of years, crazy appreciation. You sell it, make chunk of money, and then pay taxes. And then you keep some money, right? But now what? Like, it's gone. You got to do another one. If you want to continue, you want to find another one. Yep. Then you got to have to put to do the process all over again.
Yep.
So when I try to introduce this concept of going after this big multifamily through syndication or through joint venture with multiple partners, the concept was kind of foreign to them. So for a couple of months in the beginning, about 6 months, they really didn't listen to me. Like they were being very skeptical. Like, Yosef, you're a lawyer. Like, what are you trying to do now? Right. So at one point I said, you know what? I give up on trying to convince you. Just watch me. Just watch me what I do. And then, I just continue to work, continue to network. I did my virtual meetups and hung around with people, try to educate others. At one point, we did the first deal, and thereafter, people started reaching out to me. It became the proof of concept. Like, my friends were like reaching out to me, like, so Yosef, what is this apartment thing that you're doing now? How do I join? Right.